popular. This is Panasonic, one of the big names when it comes to phones, but you're not getting one phone. You're actually getting a phone with of course, the handset, but you're getting 4 additional handsets here. All of this for under $120. Why do you want new phones? So I'll tell you what, your phone right now may not have call blocker. We're gonna talk about that. Your phone right now might not have talking caller ID. How many times have you jumped up thinking, oh, I should answer that phone call, and then go, oh, I don't want to talk to that person. Why did I get up off the couch? This will actually tell you who's calling. You can decide whether or not you want to answer. This also will even stay powered on when the power goes out. Really cool feature, especially as we head into summer storms and brownouts, blackouts, you know, even floods or forest fires that cause the power to go out. This phone will stay on. It also links to your cell phone. We'll talk about that. That's a really cool feature. So get it home today. We have the 5 Flex Pay that expires in 35 minutes. And gosh, I hope our guest is here because Lori Leland really is the expert. Oh, the doorbell is ringing. And she's gonna let herself right in. There she is.
You know, we're doing the door now. You wanted the door. We're all coming through the door.
I wanted the doorbell. I wanted the whole open house experience.
The whole vibe going on.
I've been here 8 years.
So fun.
I've never actually answered the door, so thank you for coming, Lori Leland.
I just burst in, so no worries. Thanks
Let
for
yourself in. We have a sale price. We have free shipping. We have 5 Flex Pay. There's never, ever been a better time to update your phone that you have at home. And I know, Lori, for a lot of us that still have a home phone, sort of what we call landline.
Right.
You may not have actually updated that phone in a very long time. And there's a lot of good reasons to update or replace the phone that you have right now with this one.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So let me just start with Panasonic, #1 global leader. Shows you right here on the box. Global leader when it comes to home phone technologies. And what we've learned, Sarah, is over the years, so many people who've had Panasonic for 10 years, 15 years, they've told us that eventually the batteries start to die, right? So you need to replace them. But then you also want to get the new fresh features. So this might be a great time for you to invest in a brand new set that's going to last you another 10 or 15 years. And this is the ultimate. So let me just show you how many handsets you're getting here. I know you mentioned it, but take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then check this out because this one also has a keypad right here and it's got that speakerphone built right in. This is a virtual 6 handset. So now you have 6 different ways that you can answer the phone. So if I can't find this handset, I can just use this base with the buttons on here and the speakerphone to place and receive phone calls.
There are more phones in this kit than there are rooms in my house.
Oh my gosh, same. Isn't that funny? But like you said, you don't want to have to run for a phone call.
There's a phone in every room.
You can have them everywhere. Yeah, if you want to be really fancy, you could have one in the bathroom, have one in the kitchen, have one bedside. You could have one in the living room, have one in your home office. These could be absolutely everywhere. And I don't want to run for the call. I don't want to get up off the couch. So these can be really conveniently located. So one of the things we absolutely love about this is the fact that you're getting that many handsets. Back in the day, we would offer to you 3 and we'd say, oh, you could expand it if you want to add 2 more and buy them separately, but not here. We give you all the handsets that you need. You're also getting a dedicated call blocking button right here. So Sarah, this is huge. If you've ever been stuck on a call with someone who's trying to sell you something, or there have been scam callers. My mom is a really savvy lady. She got a call the other day with someone who knew a few of her social security numbers. And they were trying to get the rest of them out of her. And she went, ooh, this is making me really uncomfortable. She touched that call blocking button. It immediately hangs up on the person and they can never get through ever again. So this is a great safety feature. If you want to buy this for, you know, elderly family members to make sure they don't get taken advantage of, I think it's such a great idea and super empowering to be able to block those calls that you don't want to deal with. If it's a robot, you don't want to deal with it, you block it, they can never get through ever again. And then the top feature, and I have to say, I think it's the one I'm most excited about, link to cell technology. So this has Bluetooth built right in, and it has a way so that if your cell phone is ringing with a simple Bluetooth connection, you are going to be able to, so my cell phone's ringing right here, and look what's happening. All 5 of my home handsets are ringing. And I can see right here, it says an incoming call is coming through on my iPhone. So I know someone's calling my iPhone. You can have 2 cell phones connected at the same time. You pick any of the handsets that you want to be able to answer that phone call, and you are now talking through the phone on your cell call.
Okay, that is just kind of mind-blowing.
Right? It's magic.
And why would that come in handy? I'll tell you why. How many times have you missed a call on your cell phone? You're like, oh, the dentist was gonna call me back. I was trying to get my hair appointment changed, or my mom was calling, or maybe it's your sister, it's your girlfriend, it's your neighbor, it's your work, it's your office, and then you rush over to your cell phone and go, I can't believe I missed that call.
Yes.
We missed that call because we had a ringer off. Because the phone was in our purse.
My phone's in my purse.
It's
on
in
the
laundry
charger.
room.
Yeah.
My phone was in the charger. Sometimes I can't find my phone and it's buried in the couch cushions in my living room. What if you never missed a cell phone call ever again? Because every phone in your house would ring. Now, you don't have to set it up like that, but I love that option for those of you that really don't want to miss that call.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then let me show you this also. So this is really cool as well. How many times have you maybe had your phone lost in a couch cushion, or it's in the bottom of your handbag, or maybe it's sitting on the charger, and you go to see your phone?
Text message from dear husband.
And it's got 60 text messages on there. Someone's blowing up your phone trying to reach you. This will actually inform you through all of your home handsets.
It tells you about a text message?
It speaks the name of the person texting you, so then you just go to your cell phone and read the message.
Now you're blowing my mind.
Can you imagine the synergy that you're getting with your cell phones now? And my mind is blown as well. And then you can connect up to two Bluetooth-enabled cell phones. You can see right here, number 1 and number 2 are both connected. So I love this because if you have dead spots in your house, maybe you don't have a great area to be able to pick up phone calls because the signal is poor in your home on your cell phone. This is going to be an extension of your cell phones throughout your whole house. And there are 3 ways to use this. So number 1 is the landline way that you mentioned. So if you have a landline and you just want to use it old school like we've been using it for decades, definitely do that. But maybe you got rid of your landline years ago and you're just relying on your cell phone. But again, you miss a lot of calls and you miss a lot of texts because it's on the charger or it's in your purse. This system is that extension of your cell phone throughout your entire house. So that's the 2 ways to use it. And the third way to use it is a hybrid of both of those. So if you still have a landline and you want to use it with the Bluetooth feature, you can do that too. So 3 different ways to use this incredible system. And then take a look at some of the features. We're going to walk you through a few of them in this video. This one even has voice answer. So if you have someone who has dexterity issues, who can't hold a phone, just set this up on the charging cradle in a place where they're sitting, and if the phone rings, they can say, answer phone. And it puts that phone near them on speakerphone so they can have a conversation without even touching the handset.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's really impressive. And
there it is.
You know,
answer phone. And that's all you have to say, and then it automatically puts that.
Because there are a lot of, we have a lot of friends and family, right? That maybe have those challenges, or maybe they're in maybe just a time right now with an illness or an injury that maybe they can't reach for the phone. I'll tell you what, the first time, maybe about 5 years ago or so, that I presented the Panasonic phones, Lori, I bought a set for my in-laws. Because every time I visited my in-laws, and they live in a retirement community here in Florida, their phones would ring off the hook, especially around dinner time. We could not have a conversation without all the phones ringing. And I was like, who's calling you guys? And they're like, oh, we just get so many offers. Well, they're also, you know, getting a lot of scam calls, a lot of robocalls,
spam,
a lot of spam, and also a lot of people trying to take advantage of senior citizens. They know exactly where they live, and they know their phone number, and they were targeting them. I said the most important thing we can do for safety to protect our senior citizens from, unfortunately, those actions of others is to make sure they have the first line of defense. And the first line of defense is a phone with call blocker. So I started to give them their phones, and I said, you guys, just hit call blocker anytime you see a number you don't recognize. Also, with the talking caller ID, they don't answer the phone now unless they know who it is. That to me has been such a huge game changer for them. The phone does not ring anymore because they've already blocked a lot of those numbers.
Exactly.
And if it does ring, it'll say call from.
And it tells you who.
Tells you who.
This will clearly enunciate exactly who's calling, so you can make that decision if you're sitting at dinner and you don't want to have to get up from your seat, or you just know it's a call you're not going to want to deal with because it says scam caller. Sometimes it will literally say scam caller or spam caller, and it'll say that to you, so you know, and then just block it and you're done. So I love that. Let me take you through some of the buttons and controls here. So menus, really easy. Phone book. This is another big one, Sarah. So if you have a lot of phone numbers and you love to call people regularly, you're going to be able to, with that Bluetooth syncing technology, you're gonna be able to sync up to 3,000 names and numbers, and it can be the ones from your cell phones. So you could have all of your cell phone numbers living here on your home phone. So any home phone you pick up, you can scroll right to your doctor and call immediately. You're also getting 9 of those speed dials. So you just set these up, and it's really easy to do. You get an actual paper manual here that you can read through that comes with your Panasonic, but all you do is press and hold, and it'll automatically call your son, your daughter, your family members, your doctors, whoever you call regularly, and that's number 1 through 9. And then did you see how big and bright and beautiful and easy to see the screen is? Also, we get a lot of kudos for having some of the biggest buttons on the market. So huge buttons, everything is backlit and glowing from your command keys at the top to your numerical keys all the way throughout. Nice loud speaker phones on every single one of these, so you can hear every single call really, really well, even if you're totally hands-free. And I absolutely love the fact that you have so many of these handsets, because like we said, you're spreading them out throughout your entire home. It keeps you connected to loved ones. The other thing this has is a built-in voicemail with up to 18 minutes of record time. If you're still replacing tapes, you need a new system, because this is all totally digital. And the really cool thing about this system is, if somebody calls you on your home phones and leaves you a voicemail message, you can set this system, Sarah, to call you on your cell phone and play the message. So maybe you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to give out your cell phone number. Just give out your home phone number. When someone leaves you a message, you will get that message on your cell phone.
So this is not the home phone of the past. This is not the one with the curly cord that you used to take off the wall and try to drag into the bathroom so you could have a private conversation when you were in high school.
I remember those days.
Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
This is a whole new way of having both your cell phone and another extension of a home phone or a landline, or basically just more handsets. This is just like more handsets for your cell phone. Because I'll tell you what is really annoying about a cell phone. You have to carry it from room to room to room. And most of us don't do that.
Right.
So we miss a call, we miss a text, because it's in the kitchen, it's in the laundry room, it's upstairs, it's downstairs, it's in my bag. I left it on the charger, I had the ringer off. Maybe it's still in airplane mode from my meeting or from my nap. Wherever you are, you will never miss a call or a text. That is the benefit of this incredible Panasonic set. Here's what we have for the next 20 minutes. If you can call, if you can go online to hsn.com and place your order in the next 20 minutes, we can guarantee you free shipping and handling. Is that like a $10 savings? That's a big deal. Free shipping, 5 flexible payments, because the 5 Flex Pay gives you 5 months to pay this off interest-free. Just gives you plenty of time. We still ship it to you right away. If you like those little extra incentives we have for you tonight on the Monday night show, this is the perfect time to lock this in, because we can do this for $24. But those offers expire at midnight Eastern time. 898-050. Just go to hsn.com, drop one in your cart. If you're like me, you're going to have more phones than you have rooms in your house. But I love that. Maybe you put one in the garage.
Yes.
Maybe you put one on the front porch. If you have like a covered porch, or you have a lanai, or you have a 3-season porch, that way all summer long you could have a phone ringing right there at your fingertips. And if you're someone who is challenged with mobility issues, it's really important that you have a phone within reach.
It is important,
no matter where you are in the house.
And that great intercom, I love this too, because maybe, you know, the kids are playing in the garage, or, you know, wherever everybody is, you can reach anybody at any time. So this is a lot more civilized than screaming, "Dinner's ready," right into your house. All you do is select, you can intercom to all of the handsets, the base station, or any of the numbered handsets, and you can go in and name these: living room, kitchen, if you want to. So that's another really cool feature as well. Battery life here is superior. So you're getting up to 12 hours of nonstop talk, and you're even getting 7 days of standby. And let me show you really quickly. If you are using this with your landline, all you're gonna do is plug the main base station into that landline, okay? And we're including a cable for you. And then the other 1, 2, 3, 4 handsets, you can put these wherever you want in your household, and look at how tiny the charging cradles are. These just go into power.
They don't need telephone lines.
No, just the one.
Those just
phone
need
jack.
power.
Yep, and then these just need power. Now that's if you're using it with a landline, but keep in mind, if you no longer have a landline, you don't have to worry about it, because this can just operate as that extension of your cell phones throughout your entire house. Real quick, let me show you that one more time. So I'm actually making the call here from my table, but take a look. So my cell phone is ringing, getting a phone call on my cell phone. Simultaneously, all of my home phones are also ringing, and I could literally be in any room of my my house. I could be in the bathroom. I could be in my closet. I could be wherever. And now I have answered that phone call and I'm talking through my cell phone on my home
brilliant. I'm
phones.
thinking about my sister who lives in a fairly large city.
Wow.
But she does not have great cell phone service in her house. And this is a problem. And maybe it's the neighborhood, maybe it's the mountain, maybe it's the valley, maybe it's just the way your neighborhood was designed and you don't have a good cell phone tower nearby. There are actually dead areas in her house. And I'll have to say, hey, where are you? And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can't walk in this room with my cell phone. I was like, really? You live in a city with 200,000 people and you...
Yeah, and they don't have great signal.
They don't have great cell phone service. So this would be an extension of her cell phone that would give her that great connection.
And even tell you when you have a text message. So this tells you there's a message. It tells you who it's from. So you could even have it announced to you like I did, dear husband just texted me. So that means I need to find my phone, which is probably on the charger or in my handbag at some point, and then take a look at that message. But this is giving you that information. And like you said, in our homes, we don't just always have our cell phone in our hand the whole time. So this gives you so much great synergy with those devices. I love everything about this because I think it's really future forward for you. Even if you don't use all of the features that are here today, this is something you might use on down the road. You even have a sound detector. So this is called Baby Monitor. If you want to listen into a child's room as they're falling asleep. My 10-year-old tonight, he goes to bed around, you know, we're pushing it a little. It was 8:30. Now we're, you know, a little closer to 9. He was calling for us at 9:45 because he couldn't sleep. And if I'd had this set up and in that room, I could have heard that he was like rolling around and making noises. So this works with kids of all ages, or maybe it's just a sound detector because you have workers coming in and you want to see what time they actually arrive. So you're going to be able to set this, simply turn it on or off if you want to listen into a room of your home. And let me show you how this works. So I can call handset 1, handset 2. It gives me all the various options here. So I'm going to do the base station on this particular one. And then as soon as it hears sound, so I'm going to place this down. It says put this down in the room you want to listen in on. So I'm putting it down in that room. And then as soon as it hears sound, it calls the other number. So it's calling right now that base station. And now I can put this on speaker and listen for as long as I want. That's pretty cool, right? But what if you're not in your house and you want to be able to listen into your home? You can actually set this to call you on your cell phone and you could be listening into your house when you're at work. So a really interesting, almost
incredible.
home security
I
style
have actually
feature.
never heard of all these features on a phone before.
Oh, it's really cool.
This is the latest and greatest from Panasonic. So we are getting very busy and we don't have a lot of these, right? How many do we have of these to go around? Yeah, we don't have a lot of these. And how many gone already? Oh, over 8,000 gone.
Wow.
And we have how many left? 2,000? 1,500, that's all we have. Okay, so if you want the latest and greatest, now is the time to place your order. Here's what happens. In 15 minutes, a lot of our prices expire. If you want the Jet Tila Knife Today special, that expires. If you want our Silly mattress, that expires. If you want all the 5 flex pay on everything on air and off air on our website at hsn.com, that expires. That expires at midnight. In fact, a lot of our offers in Adam's Open House also expire at midnight. So you've got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You can drop it in your cart and you can check out. The good news is, for some reason you change your mood, change your mind, you can always cancel your order. But I want you to get these products home and I want you to try them out because I think you're going to be really impressed. I have asked for phones in my host pick shows and they usually say not available. I've asked for Panasonic phones in What a Girl Wants. They're not available. I'm like, but they're so popular. We don't get a lot of these. And when we do, we give them to you at a great value. We pass on the free shipping, the 5 flex pay, and we give you top rated phones for the best values that you'll find in the market. You get 5 new phones. This is like $20 a phone. $20 a phone. And I just want to reiterate, if you have parents or grandparents that you are concerned about, we have more accessibility options, like answering just with your voice. We have more ways to protect against scammers, robocalls, political calls, sales calls, and people searching for information. I was absolutely shocked at how many phone calls my in-laws receive in their retirement community.
Oh my gosh.
And
appalling,
this is the first line of defense. I've had many friends, now that we're at that age where we have aging parents, Lori, I have many friends that have had horror stories about their parents being targeted for their bank information, for their credit card information, for their social security numbers. They will do incredible things, and they will call that person many, many times to have the conversation where they get the information.
They do,
If you
yes.
can think about your parent and your grandparent right now, or maybe it's you or your loved ones, this is one of the best things you can do for them, because with the call blocker and the talking caller ID, you can just say, Mom, don't answer the call unless you know it's somebody personally. And that's what my in-laws do. They're like, oh, I don't know who that is. They walk away. And I'm like,
right, yeah.
that's great. You should not answer the phone if you don't know who that person is.
And with that talking caller ID, it's going to announce the person's
right.
name. So that
before
is
you answer the
huge.
call, not after. It's
Right.
not after when you're trying to hang up. They know that once they get you on the phone, they might get you talking.
Yeah, that's so true. And let me show you the options when it comes to blocking, because again,
Okay,
this
good.
is so empowering. So it's a one-touch button right here, and you can block in 3 different times. So you're going to be able to block while you're on the phone. If you hang up the phone and you think about it later, you can block after the fact, or you can block before you answer. So if it's a number you don't recognize and you want to block it before you even answer the call, you can just block
You're like,
it.
bye.
Bye. Like, never call back again, because they can't get through ever again. And then here are your options as well. Block a single number. So maybe you want to block a range of numbers. Maybe you moved away from a certain state and you tend to get a lot of phone calls from that state, and you just want to block it because everybody
Yes.
who knows your cell phone number knows your cell phone number, right? You don't need them calling on
That's
your home
right.
phone. And then take a look at this. Unknown caller ID. This can block those numbers as well. So that's how smart this is. So people or robos, you know,
You have
calls
to
that try
stay one
block.
step ahead of the bad
That's
guys.
exactly what you're doing with this system. And if you want
Gotta
one ring
outsmart them.
to just let you know, hey, a call was about to come in, but we blocked it for you. It's kind of like bragging rights for your Panasonic. You can turn that on. I turned it off because I don't even want to know. I don't want to
And you
hear
know
any
what?
disruptions.
You're now going to eat dinner in peace and
I
quiet. The
know.
phone would ring off the hook. I'm like, we can't even have a conversation. Eat your
So
dinner,
crazy.
enjoy your breakfast, live your life, read your book, watch TV without the phone ringing off the hook, because now you've got the control back. So we'll make these available until midnight, and then at midnight you lose some of those great offers. So thank you, Lori.
Thank you,
Such a
Sarah.
good one. We
It's
got to
a
have our
good one.
phones.
Good one.
Okay. Let's also talk about Clinique Month. We're bringing